Hey guys, it's Dan, and in today's tutorial we will be building a small starter home in a lush cave biome. The first thing you'll want to do is find a nice big cave like this so that you have space to build. After you've found a suitable cave, you'll want to go around and clear out any extra blocks that are in your way. Occasionally building up in areas where you don't want water or an overhang. This is the layout of the build. These are the blocks you are required to gather in order to build the exterior. These are the blocks and items used within the interior. Not all of them are necessary, like the brewing stand or the bookshelves. That is up to how you want to create your interior space. For the base of the build, you'll need andesite and tuff. Putting down the layout in patterns of tuff and andesite randomly with no particular rhyme, and then removing where there is spots of yellow. These are simply indicators of the different shapes that are being used to make the floor plan. If you have any areas like this, be sure to just bring andesite or some tuff all the way down to the base of the ground. Checking around the perimeter, everything looks good, so we can move on. On the base level, make sure you dig out at least one block down. Make sure to replace any of the blocks here with tuff and andesite. You can then replace the floor with deep slate. Now raise this layer up by one, mixing in tuff, more tuff on this layer than before, and a little bit of andesite. To help blend the andesite walls, make sure you put more andesite in these corners so that when we put the walls here, they blend better. So make sure you put andesite's walls there, here, and here. Now we're going to build the steps that will go up to the front doors of the house. The first one is here. This will be the front door. And over here, bringing the stone up to this height, the 2-block height of the tuff and andesite, this will be the back door. Depending on where you're building, the stairs might need to go further, so you can always do something like this and break off the stairs with a landing. Now that we have both staircases in place, we have a way up and down to the base of the build. Now that we have the first layer done, we can put in the spruce floor for the first floor. Starting with spruce stairs, you can place them like this. Every other, and always across from each other, except for here. You can then fill in the rest with spruce slabs. With the floor filled in, we can move on to the walls. With the walls, we're going to follow the same rule that we did on the bottom layer. We're going to put more diorite in the corners to help blend these pillars. It also just looks better in general if you do this on every corner. Now that you have a mess of diorite like this, we can start using the calcite. Finish placing the calcite around the edges, making sure to leave room for windows and doorways. Like so. A door will go here, and here. There will be a window 1 block here, 2 wide window here, 1 window here, 2 windows here, 1 block in between, a window here and here, and then a window here. Now we will add a second layer of calcite. For our last layer of calcite, We will add it only to this rectangle here, like so. If it helps, you can extend it all the way here so it connects, but we won't need this. Now we can add the diorite walls. Both here, 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 and here. I have also forgotten that there's supposed to be walls here, so make sure you add those here. Now that we've done the walls, we can add the windows and doors. You will have to replace if you put calcite here, and then put glass here. You'll do the same on every single window, like so. These are one. This is in a window, this is open. Another simple window. One window. One window. And then we do the doors. One door there. One here. And now we're done with windows and doors. We can now move on to the roof. Moving on to the roof, we will add rings of stripped spruce wood all along. Just like this, all the way across to here. We can do the same on the bottom. Except not over here. We won't add stripped spruce wood here. Starting with the main roof, we can add a row of dark oak trapdoors here at the front and at the back up to this wall. Back to the front, we can line the top with jungle stairs. In the center here, you can add 2 calcite, a glass pane, and then another calcite there, bringing the stairs in like this. Chopping it with the trapdoor, and then continuing the roof. On each side, you can add 4 calcite and then 2 on top. And then from interior, you can place dark oak stairs like so. Placing a full block there, one there, and those like that. Just like that. We can also do the same on the back. Not bringing the roof all the way over here though. Now we can finish the roof off, topping it with more jungle stairs and a slab there. We can now do the same for this section, adding a ring of dark oak on this side and this side as well, and then lining it on top with jungle stairs. For this part of the roof, you can add 4 calcite again with 2 on top, and then on the interior you can add the upside down dark oak stairs. Also extending this pillar all the way there. In this section where the roofs collide, make sure you put full jungle blocks here, and then topping it with stairs. For this section you can do full dark oak and calcite if you want, and then dark oak stairs here, here, and then topping off the roof like this. Making sure that you don't have anything like this, and placing slabs where the 2 roofs collide. At the center of this roof you can remove 2 blocks, place calcite here, make sure the stairs are turning and facing the right way on each side, and then place 2 jungle signs on either piece of calcite. Moving on to the final roof and the smallest, we are going to line it with dark oak trapdoors like before, and then instead this time we're going to put jungle slabs on top of those, and then here we will line it with full jungle blocks, and then on top we will have more slabs like so. We have this pattern, and now we will add 4 more, and that's the roof for this building and for the entire build. Something to note, if you don't like the way this looks from the side, make sure that you have the blocks going this way in all directions. I recommend having it this way so it looks much cleaner. Now that we've done the roof on the build, we can do spruce details and add the chimney in the back. Under each window you will add a spruce sign, which will help tie in the build and make it so it's not all white. You can also place a button next to the door, placing more signs. Under this window you will do the same, placing 2 signs here, placing a button here, placing a sign there, placing a sign, placing a sign there. This is what the back should look like, and the front. Now that we have those decorations done, we can add the chimney. First, you'll place 2 polished granite blocks here, and then bring it up with some brick. You can then place a stair here, place another polished granite here, bring this up 3 blocks, breaking into the roof, placing another 2 polished granite here, 2 more bricks, 2 granite walls, and then topping it off with 2 flower pots. And now you have your chimney. Now that we have the exterior build done, we can move into the interior and fix up the ceilings and entryways. For this transition here, we're going to place stairs on either side with trapdoors here, here, and then all the way down. We will do the same over here with breaking those blocks, placing stairs here and there, and then lining it again with trapdoors. With the dark oak stairs, we'll line the top of the ceiling, that way that area is nice and finished. The spruce helps frame and also ties in more of the spruce down into the calcite and diorite. If you've noticed this, I would recommend making sure that the stair is facing into the jungle wood so that you don't see that and it doesn't draw your eye. Now that the interior is cleaned up, we can move on to placing blocks that we will need to function and play the game. At this point of the tutorial, if you like to do your own interiors, I highly recommend that. You should always make your interior based on your needs and what you're trying to accomplish. However, if you need help figuring out a design for your interior, I've placed some signs here as helpful guidelines. You can put a bedroom here maybe. This can be a general living and storage area with functionality blocks like a stone cutter. And then in here we can have a kitchen where maybe you smelt items and cook food. Going down, we also have perfect space for expanding a storage room or maybe even putting in enchanting or potions, whatever you need, there's more space down here. With that aside, we can now place blocks that we will use to function within the game. Firstly, we can place furnaces here in this kitchen area, placing a smoker here maybe, putting furnaces like this, and then breaking a block here, making sure to leave that empty. We can then move on to the storage room, which could be placed here. Going like this, placing chests. If you have a hard time placing them, just place a block there and then place them like that. You can also add more than this, but I think for a starter home, this is more than enough space for storage. Moving into here, we can place our bed down like this, or like this, or if you want more space, you can place some trapdoors here like this, and then place the bed on top like that, which is what we're going to do. Now that we have that figured out, we can break a block here and move down into our basement. Wherever you decide to make an entry point down to the basement, make sure you just put a ladder here so you can get up and down with ease. Maybe even putting a trapdoor over top. Now that we're down here, we're going to place our blast furnace here. Moving back into the kitchen, we can add a chimney like this over the smoker. We can also add a sink and place some water in it, putting a flower pot here with a flower in it, covering the tops of the furnace with some carpet, preferably dark like this. We can also add another carpet here, maybe a lighter color in front of the sink so it looks like a mat that you stand on. If you want, you can also extend the carpet along here so that this looks like a more coherent area. If you want more storage in your kitchen, you can also place some trapdoors here like this, placing barrels like that, and placing signs in front of them. And now you have more food storage. To help even out this room, you can add another shelf and put another barrel up here if you want, or you can simply put a chest there. It's up to you. Stepping back from the kitchen, we can add a table and other elements to tie in this area. Adding the table, and then a nice chair, the arm, placing a dark oak stair here with some candles on top, and then a lantern up above. Now that this room is more complete, we can step back and add a carpet here. Moving on to the storage room, we can add some oak stairs here, and like this, all along the top. We can then put spruce signs there, and then all along the top like this, as well as on the side and against these chests like that. You can then add a flower pot here with an azalea inside, another flower pot up here with a white tulip inside, and then a stone cutter there, campfire there, which is extinguished, and then a barrel here. Moving to this side of the storage room, we can place a loom here and a composter, and then over top them we can place 2 trapdoors here, placing carpet over that, and then up top we can place some candles and a flower pot. Stepping here right in front of this trapdoor to the basement, we can look up, place 2 chains, and then a lantern. To finish off this corner, you can add a dark oak stair here, the trapdoor, a flower pot, and then any kind of flower you want. Moving on to the bedroom area, we can replace these 2 slabs with some stripped spruce if we want better definition on the floor. Moving into the small bedroom area, we can place a dark oak stair there, and then a nice photography table here, and then placing signs along the bed like that. If you don't mind removing the trapdoors, you could also place something on the table here, but I think it looks better with the trapdoors in place. Moving down into the basement, we can finish off this area. Adding more furnaces on either side, topping them with gray carpet. If you want, you can add a smokestack here like this. Going up, you'll see that you can see the stone brick now. If you don't like that, you can remove the sign and replace it with a spruce trapdoor. How you design your basement is up to you, and what you do with it down here is also up to you, but I will be filling it in to give you ideas. If you feel like the ceiling is too similar, you can try adding beams like this across. Just keep in mind that it will affect how high this is and your upper floor. You can also place another beam here to help add some definition, fixing the carpet that we just ruined. On either end of the beam, you can also add trapdoors. Let's just remove this to help make it look like it's supported. In this divot here, we're going to throw some barrels down with a composting, another one here, and then a lantern on top. Over on this side, we're going to do the same, putting there, and then instead of a lantern, we'll put some candles. Over on this side, we're going to place some stone bricks, placing a brewing stand here, a lantern there, making sure to round this edge like that. A brewing stand isn't necessary, but if you have it, this is where you could put it. Moving away from the little brewing area, we can turn around and go here, place a cauldron there with a smithing table, and then candles on top. Moving to the back of the basement here, you can either make this your enchantment room, or you can make it a library. Placing barrels like this, bookshelves all along here. We can remove this stuff now. It's covered by the kitchen. And actually, let's not waste bookshelves. You can put spruce or any other block here, and then put bookshelves all along, making sure the barrels are facing the right way. And then you can add a lectern here, or here if you want, covering these barrels so they don't look strange. You can open this up and have book storage. To help light up this area, we can add carpet here. So putting jack-o'-lantern or whatever else you have, glowstone, and covering it with red carpet, and then putting more red carpet here and here. You can also add a barrel here and throw some candles on top. If you don't like how uniform this carpet looks, you can also throw a few more here like this. To do some final details in the basement here, we can put a grindstone here or here, it's up to you. We can put an armor stand here if you want. Putting a pile of wood here by extinguishing the fire. Putting another one here. An empty flower pot if you want. Basically just cluttering up this area so it looks more lived in and busy. Now that most of the interior is done, we can go around and light each of the candles if you haven't done so already. With the interior of this build complete, that concludes this tutorial. However, that doesn't mean your work is finished. I highly recommend doing more outside of your build so that you can tie in this area with the rest of your cave. I'm going to give an example now. Adding leaves that look like vines running up the side of your building will help tie it in with the rest of the greenery here. Also adding bushes like this can also help to add posts with lanterns on top in front of the doors and around your area, along pathways or anything, so that your area is nice and lit up. You can also help add to the effect of the build by adding trees and farmland, and overall just enhancing the area around your creation. Alright guys, this is the end of the tutorial. If you enjoyed it, make sure you give it some love, and if you were able to successfully create this house, let me know down in the comments. Bye!